Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamaha-siddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment. He is the 293rd Pontiff of the world's most ancient Hindu organization, Madurai Adinam.
Nithyanandaya swagatam Anandanubhavaswadam Sarvaroganivarakam Vande Papa Vinashaktam Nithyanandaya swagatam Nityamuktam Nirvikalpam Dhyanaloka Pradipakam Vande Shantamayam Bandham Nithyanandaya swagatam Anandagandha Sancharam Sarvopadhi Vinirmuktam.
Sadashivasamarambam Jnana-sambandhacharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam.
My message for all of you today is only one word, one phrase: live enlightenment. The Jivan Mukti. Understand, This year, let us all dedicate it to live enlightenment. Come whatever may. But only bliss will come, nothing else will come. The moment you risk come whatever may, you opened your door for bliss. Because the moment you say come whatever may, you accepted the whole. You are ready for the whole. You are ready for whatever is. Whatever is always bliss. Whatever exists is always bliss. Let's dedicate this year for living enlightenment, for Jivan Mukti. Understand? Let me describe Jivan Mukti. Conflict-free life in the inner world and the outer world. Conflict-free living. Living without gap between the inner world and the outer world. Either raise your energy, Shakti, to catch up with the outer world, or bring your Buddhi to catch up with the inner world. Raise your Shakti so that you can do whatever you want in the outer world, and raise your Buddhi so that you can accept whatever you have or whatever you are. Through any one process, integrate yourself. Please understand, living an integrated life is what I call living enlightenment. Continuously living conflict-free life. Continuously living the beautiful, harmonious feeling. Continuously living in a deep feeling connection with the whole existence, with whatever is what I call living enlightenment. You have to put it in 4 words. Shakti, energy to change whatever you can, and Buddhi, intelligence to accept whatever is not needed to be changed, whatever doesn't need to be changed, and Yukti, clarity, understanding. However you change, the whole world is a constant, continuous changing dream. What you call as reality is a continuously changing dream. That Yukti, that clarity. Above all, a deep feeling connection, bhakti, towards the unchanging energy, what you call as master or existence. Shakti, Buddhi, Yukti, Bhakti. When you live all these 4 in the life experientially, you are living Jivan Mukti. You are living enlightenment. You are radiating Jivan Mukti. Shakti to change whatever you can means energy to work on your life. Buddhi to accept whatever doesn't need to change means clarity, intelligence. We don't have to change the whole thing. No need. then you will be too busy with changing instead of enjoying. You don't need to change the whole thing. If you think only you will enjoy only when the whole world becomes yours or as you want, it can never happen. So no need to change the whole thing. Intelligence to accept whatever doesn't need to change. Ultimately, yukti, clarity. However you change, whatever you change, this existence, the whole thing is a continuous changing dream. With that clarity, you will have the ultimate inner healing or the ultimate rest or peace. When you have that clarity, however you try, whatever you change, the whole existence is a continuous dream which changes. Suddenly you will have deep feeling connection with one thing which does not change, which is eternal, Nithyananda. The feeling connection with that which does not change is what I call bhakti. When you live all these four experientially, it is mukti. Continuously try to internalize the Master's words. Internalize these words. Actually, nothing else needs to be done except internalizing. Don't have guilt you are not able to practice. Sometime in the initial level you may not be able to practice. Don't bother. Just internalize. Do not judge yourself. The day you hear the teachings, don't take up the teachings to judge yourself. Take up those teachings only to inspire yourself. Use the teachings to inspire you, not to judge you. Read, listen, contemplate and internalize the Master's words. You will see automatically in your life, day-to-day life, whenever needed, those words will come up as a support. They will express themselves in your life as an experience. You will be living enlightenment. You will be living as Jivan Muktas. Mind is a subtle action. Just like walking is your action, talking is your action, mind is an action. When you can stop walking, talking, why not thinking? It is your action. Decide this moment, it is my action. Let me stop, that's all. Now mind says, no, no, no. It is not that simple. I have tried many years. See, even now I am stopping, it is not stopping. Understand, do not create that full statement. I am stopping, it is not stopping. Then you are not stopping. I am stopping. That's all. Then again, I want to tell something or I want to do something. That is why it is starting again. So look little in. With little devotion, if you approach the sutra, you will have that click. Yes, what he means is right. Just little shift in the approach, little shift in the attitude, little shift in the understanding. What he says is right.
If it is getting started again, we are starting it. Maybe we forgot we are starting it. We are forgetting that we are starting it. Please understand. It is we who are stealing our own things from ourselves. Nobody else. Nobody else is stealing anything from us. It is simple we. Let us take the whole responsibility on us. Let us take the whole responsibility on us. If you want, you can think. If you want, you can stop. That is what is essence of this whole yoga. Essence of the whole yoga is only this one sutra. Yogaha chittavritti nirodhaha. Yoga is cessation of mind. Yoga is withdrawal from mental thought patterns. Mind is not a thing. It is an action. If you are sitting, did you ever ask, what happened to my walking? I was walking 10 minutes before. You don't ask, because you know by sitting, you stopped walking. If you are silent, you don't think, where did my talking go? I was talking 5 minutes before. You know, you were talking earlier, now you are silent. That's all. Same way, you can use your mind when needed. You can switch it off when not needed. And you can start again when needed. I want you to know an important truth. My master told me beautifully, usually we always understand mind is bigger than brain. That's what we think. My master told me very beautifully, and he gave me a very deep insight. He said, he told me beautifully, one action of brain is mind. I was shocked. I was shocked when I heard. He says, one action of your brain is mind. With the leg, you can do many things. Walking is one action. You can do kicking or playing. So many other things can be done with the leg. Walking is one action. Same way with the hand. Eating is one action. So many other things can be done by the hand. Eating is only one action. Same way, he says very beautifully, thinking is a one action of your brain. Mind is one action of your brain. I was shocked. We always think brain is just physical, mind is subtle, because of that mind is more powerful than the brain, and mind is everything. When I started experiencing, I understood true. Mind, what you think as mind, what you experience as mind, is only one action of your brain. See, if I realize moving is only one action of my hand, I can relax. If I want, I can move. If I want, I can relax. Same way, thinking is only one action of my brain. I can start when I want. I can relax when I don't want. Understand this one truth. Thinking is one action of your brain. If you want, you can relax from it. You can rest from it. With a deep respect, when I looked into this truth, started analyzing, It is true. It is true. When I learned how to be silent, I understood. Even when you are silent, your whole body is functioning. It means mind is only one part of your brain. Without the mind also, brain is able to operate your day-to-day life. Brain is able to live your life, I can say, in a much better way. In a much better way. Without having what you call as mind and living your life is what I call living enlightenment. That is the essence. Realizing mind is only one part of your action, mind is only one part of your brain, and living without that part or living independent of that part. When you want, you can switch it on and use. When you don't want, you can switch it off and relax. Living independent of that part is what I call living enlightenment.
Sacred Art Store. Nithyananda's Sacred Art Store. A storehouse of spiritual products from Vedic culture. Find all your needs for yogic body, Vedic mind, and N living. A one-stop shop for spiritual products and gifts. www.sacredartsstore.com or email us sales@ngalleria.com.
Less thoughts, less action is tamas, inertness. More thoughts, more action is rajas, restlessness. Less thoughts, more action is sattva, living enlightenment. Please understand, I am equating sattva into Jivan Mukti. The restful awareness as living enlightenment, because restful awareness is a direct way to living enlightenment. Let me define restful awareness. When you walk, just feel through your body who is perceiving the earth, who is seeing the scenes. Just see with awareness. Feel with awareness the cold. Feel with awareness how you respond to this morning. Feel with awareness how you are responding to your own old, boring or worrying thoughts. Such beautiful morning, but suddenly some thought about something some days before happened may happen after that. One thought enough to take away the whole beauty of this morning. Perceive with awareness. The awareness which perceives is only you, nothing else. The moment you bring awareness, two things will happen. One, the slowing down. Second, it's an important thing, please understand. One, slowing down. Second, immediate shift in your consciousness. Immediate shift in your consciousness. what I call as cognitive shift. The space where cognition happens in you, the gear gets shifted from matter to consciousness. Actually, unclutching is necessary for this shift only. For any gear change, you need disclutching of gear plate and engine, gearbox and engine. Same way, for the shift, cognitive shift from the matter to energy, consciousness, you need that unclutching. I tell you, infusing awareness into you will automatically make unclutching happen, and the shift in the cognition, how you perceive, will happen immediately. Just live for a few days. You will realize with less thought, more actions are happening in you. Physically, mentally, in all possible ways. Be aware while you walk, perceive through your eyes, perceive through all other senses. Remember, just perceiving is different, knowing that you are perceiving is different. Just taking bath is different, knowing you are taking bath is different. Just walking is different, being aware that you are walking is different. Just talking is different, being aware you are talking is different. Infuse awareness into everything. Walking, talking, sitting, living, breathing. Shiva says in Shiva Sutras, one sneezing with awareness is enough for enlightenment. Because during sneezing your whole nervous system gets activated. One sneezing with clear awareness. Awareness that you are sneezing, that face muscles are shrinking and all the things are happening, an explosion. You are enlightened. All you need is one sneezing with awareness, that's all. When you infuse awareness, this is no more one more day. This is no more one more morning. This is the morning. This is the day. I don't know in how many dimensions you will be awakened. Exactly what I mean by the word inner awakening is infusing awareness into you, that's all. Essence of my message is this one word, slow down. hurry up to slow down. Otherwise, you will be wasting your time without slowing down. If you want to reach the place late, hurry up. If you want to reach the place early, slow down. The essence of life is slowing down. Even now I can very clearly feel there is nobody in this body except just a kind of a line of a simple kind of a, when you put a mirror, when the sun reflects on the mirror, how it is seen in the air, kind of reflection. See, if you put a mirror, the sun reflects in the mirror and it falls on a wall. Between the wall and the mirror, in the air, some different color will be seen, that reflection flowing. How thin and indescribable the flow of that reflection, exactly same way I am feeling something is moving around the area of this body, which is perceiving everything, that is me. I am describing exactly visually as I am feeling. When you start perceiving through all the instruments with which you can perceive, including mind, you will exactly feel the same thing, empty, oh God. Then all my worries, fears, insecurities, greed, no base. No base, that is the truth. That is the truth. Infuse awareness again and again and again. You will see less thoughts, more action happens immediately. The moment less thoughts have started happening, body and mind will be in different space. Zen living is what I call less thoughts, more actions. Zen living will immediately create yogic body and Vedic mind. If you have scratched your head without consciousness, stop. Do it again consciously. See how it feels. Try now. Consciously move. Feel the chillness. See the green. Feel the raindrops on the system with which you are perceiving. Smell the smell of the land which raises due to rain. Taste how the tongue feels when you see the green and smell the land and feel the rain. Perceive how your mind is reacting to this whole scene. Is it interested in perceiving, or is it interested in worrying about something about the past or the future without being bothered about this perception? That's the sixth sense. It's called balance. Five senses, and whatever can't be classified as that five is balance, sixth sense. Just see all these six, how you perceive through all these six, how all these six are perceived. less thoughts, more action. Less words, more awareness. Swarya, to slow down.
Nitya Kriya, restoring Hatha Yoga to the world. A series of healing yogic processes revealed by Paramahamsa Nithyananda to care and cure for diseases and disorders. Practice Nitya Kriya and awaken your Kundalini energy. To find out more, visit www.nithyananda.org/nitya-kriyas.
There are some constant happenings in the cosmos. The absolute fact, truth is, there are some constant happenings in the cosmos. Like Jiva, the individual soul, Jagat, the world, Ishvara, the God, and human society, humanity, society. These four are happening, means exists, at least in our experience, as per our experience. Understanding the secrets about all these four and experiencing oneness with all these four is ultimate enlightenment. Not having any discrepancy with your understanding and reality, your understanding and experience is enlightenment. Please understand. An individual soul is understanding about the world, the cosmos, and his experience about the cosmos. If there is no discrepancy in between these two, he is liberated from all the sufferings given by the world, cosmos. Nothing in the nature, the cosmos, disturbs you. Same way, the individual soul, his idea about himself and his experience about himself, if there is no discrepancy between these two, he is liberated, he is enlightened. Same way, the individual soul, his ideas about God and his experience about God, if there is no discrepancy, he is liberated, he has experienced God. Same way, his ideas about humanity, society, and his experience about society, if there is no discrepancy, he is free, liberated. Sincerity is use the right word. The alchemy, chemicals, sincerity is the medicine or agent. If you add the alchemy of discrepancy-free experience will happen between the individual soul and the world. Whatever discrepancy is there, just add sincerity to it. Add sincerity to all your ideas about the world. Sit with yourself pen down all the ideas you have about the world and add sincerity to it. Means sincerely analyze. Are you having right ideas? Or are you just avoiding looking into the right ideas? Most of the time, we do not want to look into the right truth. Even about the world, any subject. We are just too tired. We are just too lazy. We think just because we can breathe, we have a right to live. No. Life has to be earned. Physical organs working, maybe just an accident happened in you. That does not mean you are living. First thing, look, sit and pen down all your ideas about the world, cosmos, and analyze. Are you sincerely having those understandings as part of your very strategic planning about your life? If you feel you are not, then at least be very clear, you don't know, you are ignorant about that part. When you make strategies about your life, all your ideas about cosmos is ignorance. Be very clear. Same way about God. If you feel, even if you have the idea that there is no God, sincerely, you are liberated. But if it is not sincere, even if you have the idea God exists, you are bound. Be very clear. It is sincerity that makes the liberation possible. That is the catalyst agent. The right word is catalyst agent for the alchemy of liberation. Sincerity is the catalyst agent for the alchemy of liberation to happen. Sit and pen down your ideas about yourself. Find out, are you sincere about all those ideas, or is there any discrepancy between what you believe and what you experience? Come to terms with it. Same way about the humanity, society. Sit and pen down. Add sincerity to it. Are you really believing? Are you really meant to believe? Or acting as if you are believing? Flood sincerity into the all four zones. Your relationship with you, Jiva's relationship with Jiva, means an individual soul's relationship with an individual soul, an individual soul's relationship with cosmos, the individual soul's relationship with God, individual soul's relationship with world, individual soul's relationship with humanity. All these four, flood sincerity with it. When you flood sincerity with it, the individual soul's relationship with cosmos becomes knowledge. The individual soul's relationship with God becomes devotion. The individual soul's relationship with humanity becomes seva. The individual soul's relationship with itself becomes dhyana. These four are the path for enlightenment. When you add sincerity, all these four understandings, whether it is a fact or just ideas put inside your system, will be analyzed when, see, it's like a liquid water. Your understanding about world, God, yourself and society. It's like a liquid, water. If you add the alchemy of sincerity, the catalyst agent, sincerity, when the alchemy happens, something happens, that water gets solidified. It becomes a strong ice on which you can walk. It becomes bridge. That bridge, the bridge between you and society is seva. The bridge between you and the cosmos is knowledge, life solution. The bridge between you and the God is devotion. The bridge between you and you is meditation. All these four are the paths for enlightenment, or enlightenment itself. When all these four are experienced in its purest form, it is enlightenment itself. Adding sincerity as a catalyst agent in all these four directions is called yoga. These are the 5 pillars of Vedic tradition and the Sampradaya which I evolved. These 5 are the pillars of Nithyananda Sampradaya. So all these 5 pillars stand on one base, one foundation, sincerity. Sincerity is not just life solution. It is not just catalyst agent to create devotion. It is not just a catalyst agent to create seva, attitude. It is not just a catalyst agent to create dhyana or yoga. It is just base on which everything is standing. It is just base on which everything is standing. So understand, sincerity is the catalyst agent for the alchemy of enlightenment to happen. It's an important truth we need to look in. We need to understand. These 5 pillars which I am talking about, life solution, means your perfect relationship with cosmos, devotion, your perfect relationship with God, dhyana, meditation, your perfect relationship with yourself, service, seva, your perfect relationship with society. All these 4 happens just by one thing, adding sincerity to your existing understandings about these 4. Just adding sincerity, nothing else. This can be a powerful, most powerful process I've ever spelled out. Maybe it looks little difficult, but sitting and doing this, spending little time on it, is ultimate yoga. Sit and go on drilling, analyzing. I tell you, when you drill without the ideas from others, you will evolve your own, and that will be your own. I always tell people, spirituality needs to be discovered. You need to discover your own religion. The religion given by your parents may not suit you. So, sincerely, when it is added to you, you discover your religion. You discover your own religion. Please understand, when sincerity is added to you, you will find out how much of devotion is needed, how much of life solution is needed, how much of meditation is needed, how much of seva is needed to plan the strategy for your life. The absolute, free, enlightened life. You will have the right strategy on which you will build your life living enlightenment. So, I sincerely request all of you to act sincerely, the ultimate catalyst agent for living enlightenment into your being and achieve and radiate, live enlightenment.
Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Offer your gratitude to the lotus feet of Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Pratyaksha Pada Puja is a rare opportunity in a lifetime to express your surrender and gratitude directly at the feet of the Master, daily at 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time. You can register for e-Pada Puja online and you can receive individual darshan and blessings after the puja. You can send your blessings request at ntv.nithyananda.org or call 91-97422-03311. Make the best use of this rare opportunity to be in the space of the living enlightened Master.
Changing whatever you need to change and accepting whatever you don't need to change is living enlightenment. Approaching the life with sincere playfulness is living enlightenment. Feeling a constant connection with cosmos is living enlightenment. Enjoying without craving and renouncing without suffering is living enlightenment. Living beyond your ordinary logic is living enlightenment. Discovering and celebrating that you are unique is living enlightenment. Welcoming every way in which life introduces itself to you is living enlightenment. Working with passion, waiting with patience is living enlightenment. When intensity becomes part of your very bio-memory, your very cells, you are living enlightenment. Restful awareness in every action is living enlightenment. Living with a deep feeling that the whole cosmos is miracle is living enlightenment. Surrender without guarantee from to whom you are surrendering is living enlightenment. Constantly supporting the needs of your being instead of the needs of your ego. Constantly supporting the needs of your individuality, not the needs of the personality, is living enlightenment. Running your life on inspiration, not on effort, not on fear and greed, is living enlightenment. Every single time you unclutch, you are living enlightenment. Living with a yogic body and Vedic mind is living enlightenment. Living with a free and open, liberated inner space is living enlightenment. Freedom from whims and fantasies is living enlightenment. Remembering what you need to remember and forgetting what you need to forget is living enlightenment. Not carrying vengeance against others or oneself is living enlightenment. Taking responsibility for everything happening with you, in you and around you is living enlightenment. Living with the power to create your destiny every moment is living enlightenment. Having the courage to change when change happens to you, is living enlightenment. Living without a gap between inner and outer worlds is living enlightenment. Enjoying the chaos of life within the frame of your body as an ultimate order is living enlightenment. When the ideas of honor and dishonor can no longer touch you, you are living enlightenment. Not being caught in extremes is living enlightenment. Living effortlessly is living enlightenment. Having a clear understanding of oneself and the world and God and humanity is living enlightenment. Approaching life with a beginner's mind is living enlightenment. Opening yourself to the other and through the other to the whole cosmos is living enlightenment. Using the right mask in right situation with right people is living enlightenment. When a spiritual awakening happens to you, remaining in that new state, coping up with that new state without falling back into the old mental setup is living enlightenment. The courage to live in utter insecurity is living enlightenment. Intense seeking is living enlightenment. Daring to unlearn itself is living enlightenment. When you stop trying to lead life and allow life to lead you, you are living enlightenment. Thinking, speaking, acting in align with the truth is living enlightenment. The courage to face fear without fear is living enlightenment. Saying complete capital letter yes to life is living enlightenment. Welcoming the uniqueness of others without awakening your jealousy is living enlightenment. Feeling a deep friendliness towards your body and towards everything through your body is living enlightenment. Taking on responsibility without creating pressure and stress in you is living enlightenment. Living in choicelessness, the choiceless freedom is living enlightenment. Feeling all life as sacred is living enlightenment. Freedom from guilt, experiencing the life beyond guilt is living enlightenment. Understanding that all your problems are no more than a hard hug from life. I can say, you think as hard hug from life is living enlightenment. Impersonal compassion, compassion which flows towards everything is living enlightenment. Having the courage to love and let go when required is living enlightenment. Do your best and leave the rest is living enlightenment. An ordinary life lived in an extraordinary way is living enlightenment. Working from intuition, not just from dull intellect, is living enlightenment. Gambling this life and losing it with the divine, losing it to the divine is living enlightenment. Being true to oneself, honest to oneself is living enlightenment. Intense passion directed towards no object, no person, no situation in particular is living enlightenment. correct listening, right listening is living enlightenment. Knowing when to bend and when to stand and doing it is living enlightenment. Going beyond both doubt and faith is living enlightenment. Celebrating yourself as a conscious miracle of the cosmos, of the divine, is living enlightenment. Love minus possessiveness and suffering caused by possessiveness is living enlightenment. Being total in whatever you do is living enlightenment. Seeing the world each day, each moment as if for the first time you are seeing it is living enlightenment. Living in gratitude, eternal gratitude, is living enlightenment. Risking your beliefs to explore the truth is living enlightenment. Living by consciousness, not by conscience, poor conscience, is living enlightenment. Keeping the trust alive, no matter how many times it is breached, no matter how many times it is broken, keeping the possibility to trust alive is living enlightenment. A constant conscious connection to something higher than you is living enlightenment. Spontaneous living in with cosmos is living enlightenment. Understanding clearly that yesterday's free will is today's destiny and today's free will be tomorrow's destiny is living enlightenment. Being a natural inspiration for conscious living for those around you is living enlightenment. Not allowing your intelligence to destroy your innocence, your intellect to destroy your innocence is living enlightenment. Total surrender with total responsibility is living enlightenment. Living with utter simplicity in the outer world and abundance in the inner world is living enlightenment. The courage to be yourself is living enlightenment. When you cannot be caught by desire nor shaken by fear, you are living enlightenment. Realizing that nothing needs to be added to you and nothing can be taken away from you is living enlightenment. Exploding your potential in 360 degree is living enlightenment. Moving from fulfillment to more fulfillment, fulfillment to more fulfillment, from more fulfillment to more and more fulfillment is living enlightenment. The courage to make mistakes and ability to learn the lessons from the mistakes is living enlightenment. Allowing all emotions to play in you without touching you, only letting them to teach you is living enlightenment. Living in romance with yourself and through yourself with the whole cosmos is living enlightenment. Doing a little more than you possibly can in any field is living enlightenment. Daring to live without ordinary beliefs is living enlightenment. Intense excitement for no reason is living enlightenment. Enjoying the path and the goal is living enlightenment. Expanding beyond the boundary of your body and mind is living enlightenment. Continuously bridging the gap between your expectations and the reality is living enlightenment. Living without regrets is living enlightenment. Radiating, causeless, overflowing love is living enlightenment. Infusing silence into your being and bringing restful awareness to you is living enlightenment. Enjoying everything that happens in your life as auspicious, mangala, is living enlightenment. The strength to face life and death lightly is living enlightenment. Dropping the desire for suffering is living enlightenment. Walking through life with open arms is living enlightenment. The willingness to change your opinions and strategy for life is living enlightenment. Simplicity in words and actions is living enlightenment. Just being aware of the games of the mind is living enlightenment. Serving without even knowing you are serving is living enlightenment. Living without defenses is living enlightenment. Taking the leap in consciousness is living enlightenment. Living in Nithyananda, eternal bliss, Nithyananda, is living enlightenment.
Kailash, the abode of Shiva. Explore the peak of mystery with Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a living enlightened master, and travel to the most sacred pilgrimage destination on earth. Added bonus, a visit to Madurai is added to the itinerary of the full trip with Swamiji after returning from Kailash. For more information or to register, visit n-yatras.nithyananda.org or write us at n.yatras@nithyananda.org.
Living with the Master is just living with a dynamite diamond. When a dynamic diamond is made to work on any stone, other than the diamond part in the stone will be completely removed. See, the quality of diamond is, when it is dynamic and made to work on any object, all other particles in that object except its very strength, diamond, it will all be removed. That's the way the diamonds are polished. Only the diamonds are used to polish the diamond. It's like any stone has some component of diamond in it and some component of ordinary carbon in it. When the moving dynamic diamond is made to work on that object, all other particles except the diamond component, carbon or anything, is burnt away. Same way, when you live with the Master, everything other than the Master component in you, everything other than the cosmos in you, everything other than the enlightenment in you is burnt away. This is the greatest fortunate thing and unfortunate thing. If you identify yourself with enlightenment, the highest reality, this is the most fortunate thing. You don't need to do anything, just be around, hang around, that's all. Enlightenment simply happens. But if you identify yourself with the perishing components, the carbon component or The non-diamond component, this is the most torturous suffering. Very beautifully, George Gurdjieff, one of the greatest revolutionary master of modern days, he says, only if you associate yourself with me, be around me. If you think you are separate, I am separate, then this is not the place for you. Because constantly you will feel threatened by me. If you are blissful around the master, be very clear, you are enlightened. As long as you think you are a separate entity other than your higher reality, he will be driving you crazy. Constantly shaking the very roots on which you build your foundation. But fortunately, if you identify with him, with your higher reality, this is the most fortunate thing can happen in the planet Earth, because without any effort, the ultimate will just happen in you. The ultimate will just happen in you without any effort. Nothing needs to be done, just hanging around. But you will see his simple movements, his simple words, his just look will be shaking the very foundation on which you are building you, or the false you. Anything you do, he will be constantly on his job. How he will create situations, how he will create people, how he will create happenings around you, you do not know. You can't imagine. Just the person who is walking next to you will exactly hit you where you are holding you. Don't think he is hitting you, I am hitting you. When you are around the master, please understand, when you live around the master, including a mosquito bites you, after taking permission from him about the time, the intensity of the bite, and the place where you are needed to be bitten. I am very clearly telling you, please understand. If you are inside his Sangha, you are under a controlled condition where your ego is constantly operated. Whatever is not you but you hold on to it as you is removed from you. I can say, living around the master without resisting is living enlightenment process. The definition of living enlightenment process.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.
Welcome to Inner Awakening, the most powerful personal transformation retreat you could ever experience. In just 21 days, thousands are already experiencing the shortest route to constantly high energy levels, visible anti-aging, healing of chronic diseases, fulfilling relationships, and higher states of consciousness. What is the secret behind this transformation?
Kundalini means the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, opens the different doors for the conscious experience in you. I can say which is a master key for all extraordinary spiritual experiences.
This extraordinary program is conducted personally by Paramahamsa Nithyananda in the vibrant atmosphere of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham Ashram. Open yourself to the benefits of Nitya Yoga and practical meditation. Experience physical and mental healing. Discover simple ways to handle life with success. Above all, enjoy individual darshan and blessings from Paramahamsa Nithyananda every day. Take 21 days for yourself and carry home the transformation of a lifetime.